Okay. Hello, everybody. Hopefully my voice is okay. Tracking is gonna be a little off because my mic is directly in front of my face. But today we're gonna go over. Let me put down. It's a little distracting to me. My own song is distracting. So today we're gonna do some origami, which was the $20 reward for the fundraiser that we had done a while ago. Now normally I'd be wearing these, but as you can see, there's like little stickies on them for like better tracking and gripping. That's not good for paper. So I'm just gonna do a hand reveal. There we go. Oh, I should. Both hands. Alright. So for this, I'm just using normal origami paper. We got it from 𝘿𝙊, as you can see. I can go ahead and open it for the first time. I got a bunch here though. Bunch of different colors. I don't want to take it all out. I'm just going to try and scan through which ones I want. Oh, I definitely want a green. They have different greens. Let's do like a hermit green and a lighter one that was back here. Okay. Oop, hit my mic. Okay. So then let's go with the blue. Do this blue. And oh, I have metallic. Look at that. That's cool. I don't need metallic though. Oh, does it just loop? No, it doesn't. Okay. I want just, there we go. I could just get some white. Some plain white. Probably the only white one. We'll start with that for now. 50 colors, huh? Cool. Right. Put that up here. Hi, Sprocket. Welcome. Doing something a little different today. Some origami. So, we're gonna do some of my favorite patterns. Should I start with? I should go easy, right? I think I should start with something easy. So we'll start with this one. You can use any kind of paper. If I hadn't found origami paper, I would have used just printer paper. So what I do with printer paper, I'll actually do it with this green one first. So with printer paper, I'll just kind of fold it to a certain point. This is already a perfect square. So I'm gonna kind of undo that right now. Usually if we just pretend that one of these sides is against it like this. So if you have a rectangle and you're trying to make a square, just take a corner and bring it down to the side. And you're gonna fold these sides over. Try and do it so that you're not going over the paper, which can be hard. This is why doing it this way, you're not gonna get a perfect square. So crease it really well. You can use scissors if you want to. Yeah, there's one pattern that I'll show here that I always do when I'm bored. If I get extra paper, I'll always do it. So you get like extra bits of paper like this, which usually I save so that I can continue doing it. So all you do is take like this corner here, bend it over like so, and then fold this down. Oh, I just woke up, so a little still trying to find my voice. But there you go, you got a square, tiny square. That's all you do with, like, if you have just printer paper or notebook paper. Or any kind of scrap paper. Just turn it into a square. This we'll use later. I wanted it to be slightly smaller than what I already have to kind of show you that last pattern we're gonna do, like the difference between it. There you go. I shouldn't slam the desk. I have no idea how that sounds on mic. Alright, so I'm gonna put those aside, put this one aside as well, but if I undo it, you can see it's a square now. Again. So, actually no, I want a black one, not purple. The first one we're gonna do, which is the easiest one, in my opinion, to do. You can actually do it with a rectangle as well. You don't have to create a square with this first one. I think purple will fit it pretty well because we're going to do a bat. So, let me see if I can remember how to do it. Well, actually, I guess you do need a square because this is what I remember doing first. Alright. So you want to create a triangle. So corner to corner. Like this. So you can see the crease on the inside. And then you want to make sure that the fold, the side with the fold, is towards you. After that, we're going to take that side with the fold and bring it up. Not all the way, just about here maybe. It's going to kind of look like a boat or a hat when you do this. Let's go ahead and increase that down. Oh, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. But you want to leave a little bit at the top here. Oh, let's move stuff out of the way. Try and get my cord out of the way here. Oh well. Alright, then you're going to take this pointy part. There's two flaps here because we had folded it. So we want to take both of them and bring them down. Again, not all the way. So there's going to be a small little gap when we do this. So a little closer so you can see that I didn't bring it all the way down against our first fold. Can't have my mic too close to my face. All right. So this next part is usually the tricky part. So you're going to take a finger, place it right on your point here. You're going to kind of hold it like this. And slowly wrap it around that finger. If it starts to stiffen, go ahead and try and guide it so that it doesn't create too many bends. Guide it like that. Then from here, we're going to go to under. So against the bottom of my finger here. We're going to find where it's maybe like the middle of this paper. So right about here, I would say. I'm going to push in. push and create a dent, we want a small little crease right here. What I sometimes do with normal printer paper, because it's a little bit more stiff, I'll actually hold both sides of this and kind of support that crease down here and push up while the sides of my fingers are pushing down. Maybe about there. Make sure that the crease is working. About there is probably okay. Okay. Once you have that, go ahead, remove the finger. You don't need it anymore. And it's a flapping back. Whoa! Kids love this one when I do it. What's really great is the larger the bat is, the better it'll flap. Smaller it is, it makes it too hard because this crease here will wear out eventually, and if it's too small, it won't last as long. Yeah. You hear it flapping? Probably not. Maybe as I'm talking, you can hear it flapping. This is probably like the best bat I've actually made. Man, origami paper really makes a difference, guys. Because normally I'm always using printer paper. But this is amazing. Wow. I can just do this forever. God, look how it like perfectly claps too. It's amazing. If I use printer paper, it's usually lopsided, where like one side won't fold, but the other one will fold to it. So it doesn't matter. It'll still flap. This is like very even. It's crazy. Wow. All right, so that's our little bat. So pretty easy, right? Hopefully. If you guys ever get stuck while doing these with me, just wait until the stream is over and go through and kind of pause your way through. I used to teach origami online through a platform called Varsity Tutors. And the origami ones always had like really little kids. So it was hard. I had to redo steps, and there were even some that were like starting to cry. And I had to ask like, oh my gosh, okay, do you have a parent or someone that I can try and help explain this to? Oh, hi. Welcome. Oh, boba matcha. No, mocha. Oh my gosh. That's how we would spell mocha, but would I say it as mocha? Because it's boba. Yeah, I'm overthinking it. But welcome! Alright. So that was our first easy one, was the bat. Let's see, what's the next one? Alright, we'll go with this one here. So for this one, you're gonna have to tear, or again, you can use scissors for this. Because if we go back far enough into origami history, we actually don't know where it started. Because it could have been China, it could have been Japan. My theory is it probably was China, and then when China conquered Japan for that one bit of its history, it brought it over. Because thin sheets like this was definitely more like a Chinese invention. And I think like Japan just like took it and made it their own after that. So way back then, it wasn't just folding, it was also cutting, which is why people also think it was made for clothing as well. This one is going to have some cutting in it. Now, if I could just remember how to do this one properly. This one, I do it not as much as the last one we're gonna do, but I do it quite a bit, and I always mess it up. And I have to do it a second time. So let's hope I don't end up doing that. Alright, so for this one, they're pretty easy folds. Doesn't matter which way we do it. We're just gonna go hamburger or hot dog style one way. crease it down. And this one's actually better with printer paper. It looks better with printer paper, in my opinion. Then we're gonna open that back up. We're gonna go the other way now, so the other side to side. And then I think we have just one more fold to do. Let me just think really quick how I want to do this, because this is where I mess up sometimes. All right, so with the fold, this folded side towards you, go ahead and fold it again down this way. Yeah, with origami paper, it ends up being very small. Our end product, but that's okay. Crease it down and open it back up. Not all the way, we're not opening it back up all the way, just the one. Oh, oops. Accidentally, there we go. So you have two flaps here at the top. You should only see a cross in the middle. Now this next step, super important, because this is where I started messing up the first time I learned how to do this. So the fold side, this top line here, we want to crease really well, because that's what we're going to be tearing or cutting. If you're just going to cut it, you don't have to do this part. But if you're going to tear it, we want to crease it back and forth really well so that it tears very nicely. And it has to be the folded side. It can't be the open one. So we're just going to tear against, come on, there we go. Tear against this line, just to the middle here. If you go a little bit past it, it's okay. Then this next part is where I lose some kids when I try to teach them this. So for this, the way that I found best works for kids is we're going to take these flaps. We're going to bend this first one up a little bit against it. And then we're going to flip it over and bend the other one up against it as well. So this middle part is now our folded section that we had torn. So you can stand it up like this. Then grab your flaps. And separate them and close them together on the other side. So all I did was separate and close the inside. And then from here, we can kind of flatten it. Doesn't matter how we flatten it. But, oh, look at that. We've created a small little book with a cover, an inside, a couple of pages, and the end. So I would sometimes make these little guys as notes, like to take notes in. If I don't have sticky notes, I'll create a little book from printer paper. With printer paper, it looks more like has more of a book shape, I feel like, because this is very thin. But there you go. Our second little thing that we've made. All right, and then this is where I start losing kids, and they start to they start to cry a little bit. So taking my green one here. So this next one, we went like easy, a little bit harder, but still very easy. And now this is like the hardest. But I still teach it to kids because it's very fun. It's a lot like the flapping bat that we had. This time it's a jumping frog. And this pattern, I actually don't know where I learned how to do this one, because I tried looking online for it so that I can send the videos to my students so that they could try and do it later by themselves. But I couldn't find it. All the variations I found were very different. So, with this one, we want the colored side on the outside. So, if you have origami paper, go to the side that does not have any color, or is like a faded version, a faded version of what's on this side. So we're gonna do something that's called a water bomb base. We're gonna go corner to corner, and then again, corner to corner after opening the first one. So here we go. First one, corner to corner. That. Go ahead and crease that down. And then we're going, once you got that corner to corner, go ahead and open it back up. So you should see the diagonal. What we're doing is creating an X in the middle here, because we're now going to go with these two corners and fold them to each other. Doesn't have to be perfect. There. So you should be able to see an X when you open your paper back up. Now, if this is the first time you're creating the water bomb base, there are a few more folds that can actually help you. But if you're pretty familiar with it, you can actually do it from here. Let's go ahead and do those extra folds. So from here, we're going to flip this over. And this time, we're going to create a cross in the middle. So going side to side, side to side. This side first is what I'm going to do. The water bomb base is kind of important for a lot of movement type origami. So you'll see it a lot if you try to do more of these. Oh, we're almost there. So now this one down. Better if I turn it to try and do it. And if we open it, you now have both an X and a cross on the inside. So it should have 8 little triangles going around, or also 4 squares that are diagonally split. We're then going to flip it back over. Down the center, and you can see that when we do this, the sides want to come up, and that's okay. We want that. Now we want to be careful on how we fold this, because depending on how we fold it, we could get a completely different base. Both the water bomb base and the square base use the same exact folds. It's just how we fold them in that makes it different. So a lot of the students I was trying to teach ended up doing the other base, and I had to try and figure out how can I best switch them over. So we want to make sure that a triangle is facing us, or that the entire paper is a square facing us. From here, we're going to take this tiny triangle that's kind of lifting up. If we look closely, it's trying to lift up. So we're going to let it do that. We're going to let it lift up and down. So all I did was take this triangle and place it above this one by folding it down. I'm not trying to force anything else to go down at this point. Just that part. Now, if we look to the side here, the triangle that is attached wants to kind of come down a bit. So we're going to let it do that too. We're going to take that corner of it and match it to this corner down here. So, down we go. Now, if you're doing this correctly, you'll know because you'll start to create a triangle cave. If you're creating more of a square cave, you are actually doing the square base. So we're going to do the exact same thing on this side that we did over here. So taking the attached triangle here and laying it flat on top of this one. And then again, we see that this point is starting to curve downward. So we're going to take this point and match it down the point we already have. And then we can flatten it, and we got a triangle. The triangle has flaps to it. So this is the water bomb base. Now I'm going to quickly undo this just to show you the other one, because the other one is pretty good for other movement ones as well. So for the square base, if you're getting the square base, it's because you started like this. Having a square or a diamond facing you. And doing the, oh, I guess it's probably better to do it this way because of how everything's folded. And doing the exact same folds. So this triangle on top of this one. And then this triangle on top of this one. Just bending it back. So when you do it this way, you start to get kind of like a boxy type cave. And then doing the same thing on the other side here. And then you end up with a diamond. Yeah. But we want the triangle one. So hopefully you didn't undo the one you did before. So I'm just going to go immediately back to that one. There. Okay. So we have our triangle base. And it's very important that we have these flaps because one side of the triangle is going to be the frog's legs and the other side is going to be the frog's arms. So we're going to start with the legs. For the legs, we're going to take this point here, or this side, I guess I should say. So this side, just one flap of it, we're going to leave the bottom flap alone. So this side, we're going to match it against this middle line. So bending this side over to match that middle line. So this is how it's going to look. It's going to go off. It's not going to match here. So don't try to make it match here. It's just going to go directly off. And the frog is very symmetrical. So whatever we do to one side, we're going to do to the other side as well. So taking this flap, doing the same thing, just kind of meeting it in the middle. legs are starting to form. From here, we're going to take that edge that we had just folded in, and we're now going to fold it back to the new edge we created back here. So taking this edge, lining it up now with right here. Like that. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because as you can see, I didn't try to do anything here to fix that. And doing the same to the other side. Yeah. And those are our frog's legs. We're going to then flip him over. And you can see, when we flip him over, we can very clearly see how they're the legs. He's already trying to stand on his own. So now for his arms. We're going to take these points and bring them up here, basically creating a diamond on this side. So this point all the way up, matching here. And doing the same thing to this side. So we've created what looks like a diamond. We're now going to take the points we just brought up here and bend them down to the side, to these side corners. So taking this point and bringing it down to right there. Doing this creates like a tiny triangle right there. A little closer so you can see. We're now going to take the points we just folded and do one more fold, I guess. We can do one more. So taking these points and now bringing them up to this corner here that we just created. You can actually go one more time if you wanted with this, but I usually stop around here. I think it's good enough. Yeah. So his little arms. Teeny little arms. Now right here, this little corner we've created, this is where his hip is. So what we're going to do is take the entire bottom section and fold it up to his hip. So taking the whole bottom section and trying to fold it to there. Which, if you go past it, that is, again, okay. But we're going to push and push and push. If you have printer paper, you're going to have to probably hold it because it is going to spring back. So now with his little legs up, we're going to look in this middle section here, between the legs. We want to find the halfway point of this, which is probably right about here for me. Or, I guess an easier way of doing this is actually taking this edge of in between the legs and lining it up with this new edge we had created. So we're bending it back. So taking the entire leg section and bending this back to line up with that new bottom edge we had created. And then pushing it down, pushing it down. So he looks like this. You have a little fold going right here. We're going to put him at the edge here, like that. So he should be standing on his own. And the trick here is very, very lightly pushing down right here and letting your fingers slide. So, oh, he flipped over. So the thing about the frogs is they actually do better with the smaller they are. So opposite of the bat we created. Bigger the bat, the better it flaps. Smaller the frog, the further it jumps. Oh. So that's why I created that slightly smaller square. This is like medium, maybe. But actually, let's try with this one. Because the smaller they are, really is the better. But no, this is gonna be a challenge. Can I even do the folds for this? Let's try. It's not gonna be perfect because it wasn't a perfect square. I tried. That's okay. Alright, so once you get like really used to creating either the water bomb base or the square base, you can just kind of go from just this, go here, down, and match the corner over. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. So the corner up here is going flat. You can do it. There we go. And then up. Alright. So I got my little water bomb base. I gotta really concentrate here to make this. Ooh. I think I can do it though. Looks like it's folding just fine. Oh, that one's not as great. You can kind of see that it's just a little too small to actually fold over, but that's okay. That's not what's the important part of the frog. The important part is that spring around its legs. For this one, I'm just going to go down one. Okay. Oh, all right. This is the hard part. Can I do it? And is it too small to get that spring? Let's see. Ooh, I can do it. I can do it. Come on, Froggy. You got this. You got this. Come on. So close. Come on. It's kind of failed. But will it still jump? Let's see. Okay. No. Well, he's kind of skidding. That was a little too small. That was a fail. So, going to our medium one then. I didn't mean to do the first. The arms first. Just happened. I'm already here, so I'm gonna wait. Yeah, at my old job in college, before I left, I just made a bunch of frogs and put in different places around the office. I worked at the university library, so people would just find them in random spots. But management didn't like that I did that. They said if I have time for that, then I have time to like help people, which I do. It's just we didn't get a lot of students coming in at the time, which is why I made them. But oh well, management is management. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit smaller, quite a bit smaller. So let's see how well this goes. Oh, he jumped all the way over. Okay, let's turn it just a little bit so you can see him. Oh, he didn't go that far that time. Aha. So you can see that he's actually doing a flip. And he's landing. So, like, the smaller they are, the better they jump. And the better that they'll just actually land on their feet. Rather than this guy who lands on his back. And if you make, like, an even bigger frog than this, he'll only do, like, little hops like this, basically. You do a really big one. Small ones like doing flips. I'm sad that this one didn't work. I wonder if I can fix them. Because if they don't work, or if they start to lose their jump, all you gotta do is go in here. So first flatten it, and then bring it out just a little bit, like this. And that should bring its spring back. But this guy, he's just too small. The fold didn't even... No. He's too small. I think it works better with printer paper. Because origami paper is so thin that if you do small ones like this, they don't quite work. But I was able to do like small ones like this for printer paper. Alright, so we got our frogs. So far, we've done a flapping bat, which I still really love. God, look at that. Perfect. Should bring that back down. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, frogs, flapping bat. Oh. This is usually what I teach to kids online if they ever go into an origami class with me. There are other ones that I do too, though. Sometimes they come back and I can't teach them the same stuff. So that's what we're going to use the blue one for. I'm going to push you guys all to the side here. I'm going to take a drink of water real quick. Okay, got my water. Alright, so, let's a little bit off the side more. For this, I think it's the water bomb base again. Let's go ahead and do that. So corner to corner. And if I'm wrong, it's easy to switch over to the square base, as I had shown you. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be this. Water bomb base. So again, corner to corner, open that back up. You got a diagonal. We want the other diagonal as well. So this corner over. Placing that down. Opening it back up. And you got that X pattern again. Now from here, you want to put in a cross as well. Last time I had flipped it over to do it. Only reason why is because doing it that way gives you like the natural folds of how it wants to go. But you could also do it this way too. It just means you're going to be forcing some of those folds to go a different way, which is okay. Either way is okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it on this side again. So creating the cross. So you want to go side to side, open it up, side to side. And next side to side. There we go. Now we should have those 8 triangles going all around. Cross and an X. Flipping it over, pushing the middle in, and seeing how it just naturally wants to fold inward like that. So once again, we are here. If you already know how to do it, go ahead and do it. But I'm just going to show it again, just in case. So making sure that facing you, it is a square facing you. So you have this inner triangle here, this big inner triangle coming towards you or facing you. So taking this little one and bending it on top of this. Another way I guess we could do this that's super easy is seeing how the sides here want to come up. Just push them together and then flatten that. So you could do that too. But again, I usually lose some kids doing that too. But I can show you that right now, just real quick. So taking these corners, so this middle line here, we can see how the corners are already coming in and up. So come in, touching them together, bringing them down, and flattening everything down, which gives you the water on base. Because that's all we're doing is bringing those in. But again, we're going to go the slow way too. So taking this triangle here and laying it on top of this guy. Boom. Then the triangle that we just placed down, there is another triangle attached to it right here. So taking this guy and folding it over on top. Or we can also just see how this corner here, taking this corner of that triangle and matching it to this corner. Boom. Then doing the exact same thing on the other side. But before doing that, making sure you're on the right track by seeing like, oh, it's a triangle cave. So taking this triangle, placing it down on top of this one. Boom. And taking this corner, matching it to this corner. Boom. Got it. Awesome. We got it. I'm gonna go ahead and like flatten parts of it down. Okay. Let's see. I gotta think. And make sure I do this right. Yes. Okay. So it is the water bomb base. So we're going to take these corners, just one flip, and we're going to bring them up to here. So creating that diamond shape. So this corner here, up to here. And creasing it down. And doing the same thing to the other side. So this one that we're doing right now, also very symmetrical. Anything we do to one side, we do the other. There we go. So we've created what looks like a diamond on this side. Once you got that, we're also going to flip it over and do the exact same thing to this one. Go up. And up. There. Now the whole thing should be in the shape of a diamond. Yeah, I think I'm still on the right track. All right. So from here, we're now going to make it look more like a gem or like a rupee from the Zelda games. So we're going to take the corner. Again, just one flap of it. So this corner, we're going to bring it to the middle. Just directly to the middle, like this. So all I did, bring it to the middle. We're not trying to make the sides align or anything like that. Just this corner to the middle. I'm doing the same thing to the other side. So if we ignore the back here, you can see that it's starting to look more like a rupee shape or a gem shape. We're going to do the exact same thing to this other side. So corner directly to the middle. Crease it down so that it doesn't try to pop up. Corner, middle. There. So now all of it is one shape. Now we only got one more step before we're pretty much done with the folds. And you're probably wondering, what are we making? Unless you've already made this, then you know exactly what we're making. All right, so for this next step, you'll notice that you have all of these flaps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a middle piece. This middle piece, we're not going to do anything with. It's just the flaps on the outer sides of it. So what we want to do is the folds that we just put in, we created a pocket right here. So to find the pocket, you want to squeeze the tip here to open it, because it's not, this is not the pocket that we created, right? It's already in here. So we're going to take this guy and just tuck him right on in. We're going to tuck him as far as he's going to go, which is not all the way. You can see that he's not going to go all the way, and that's okay. We're just going to go as far as we can with it and then crease it down. So he's inside now. I'm going to crease it down to make sure. Hopefully he does not come back out. So don't try and force him all the way in. That's not needed. Just as far as he'll go. And do that all the way around. It's a little harder. I think this part is a little harder with printer paper. This is super easy for me right now with origami paper. But it's a little tough trying to separate when I had just printer. There we go. Okay. I got mine all tucked in. Now, once you have it all tucked in, what you want to do is look at the opposite corner, or bottom, I guess. If you flip them over like this, you'll notice there's a small little hole right there. What we want to do is actually blow into that hole. And as we blow into the hole, we might need to stretch these little wings around to make sure that our air fills it up. So I'm going to try that now. Almost. Took me a couple tries. There we go. Got it. And now it's all blown up. So this pattern is for a balloon. That's literally all it is. It's a balloon box. So it's kind of fun because you get to put it into this shape by blowing it up. It does kind of look like a balloon if you were to like add a wire or a string here. They can look like little balloons. Oh, I could probably turn it into that one Pokemon, Drifloon. If I did it for purple and then decorated it, it'd probably look exactly like him. Yeah, that's another one that I do quite a bit. So, still my favorite is doing the frog, though. This is what we've done so far. Let's see, I got some time still. Yeah. I have to go in about an hour from now, probably. Yeah. Alright, so since I have time still, let's find some other patterns. I gotta pause it there for a bit, because it's gonna... something else is gonna pop up in its spot. Oh. Oh no. Oh well. I'm gonna bring this down so I can bring that back up. There. Alright, what other patterns can I do? When I was younger, I also did like a box. It wasn't like a treasure chest or anything. I have done a seamless box before though. That kind of sucks. There's a lot of folds to it. But maybe we could try it again. Origami patterns. Aw, there's a little bunny one. Oh, that's right. They also have a jumping bunny that I did because sometimes kids will request things and I'll be able to do it. But what else do we want to do? Crane anybody could do, I feel like. So let's do... Yeah, let's do a box. Patterns. Box. Masu box. No, we don't want that one. Well, the box with the lid. That's what I want. Because I did the pedal box. That's what it's called. I did a pedal box when I was younger. I mean, I guess you could do the open boxes and then just have one. Oh, they call it a Starbucks here. Okay. I want the box with the lid. Box with lid, please. Give me that pattern. This one? I mean, that's just doing 2 of them. But... oh, I didn't want it in a new window. Oops. Open. Here we go. Okay, let's see. What color origami paper do I want to use for this? Maybe the metallic one. No. So I'm gonna do a box the lid, which is basically 2 of these. We should do other colors. Oh, let's go with brown, I guess. We'll do brown and then another brown. Or let's just do another color. Yeah. Do this kind of like mossy green. Like a moss green. Yeah. Alright. So what does it want? It wants us to do a pinwheel. Okay. So basically it wants us to go in like this to the middle. Which, oh, I just remembered another one that I used to do a lot that I think kids still do. But to get the pinwheel one, it's easier to just do a cross first. So we want to create a cross in the middle of our page for this. Okay. I didn't do it perfectly, but creating this cross makes it easier to do the pinwheel. What side does it want us to do the pinwheel on? This side. Okay. Perfect. So we're just going to take these corners and bring them to the middle that we had found by doing this cross. Oh yeah, I used to also do an envelope. Man, things are coming back to me now. When I was in middle school, I did a little envelope, and that's how me and a friend would pass notes to each other. We would write the note and then turn it into an origami envelope and send it. So we wouldn't be able to see any of the writing on the outside. It just looks like we did like a little pattern until you open it up and then you see that there's a little There's some class notes or whatever on it. We also had our own code that was very easy to crack, honestly. But that's okay. We could pretend that it was good. After this, it wants us to fold the top and bottom edge into the center as well. And then open it back up, I think. Sometimes patterns can be hard to read. So I think like this. Oh, it's so... yeah, it's not very even. It's kind of uneven with how I did that, but that's okay. So we do that, and then I think it wants us to open that back up, like that. And then, oh, it wants us to completely open it. So fold, open. How many lines do they have here? 1, 2. 3. We're gonna struggle through this. It's okay. All right, so opening it up like this, and then folding these sides into here. Seems like it. So grabbing the entire thing and folding them to the middle. And again, it is not that well lined up. Oh well. Okay. Okay. And then for 7, opening it back up like this. Folding these feet. Folding this in. Like that. Yeah, we missed a line, I think. Did we? I bend here. Okay. So closing those in, bringing this down and over it. That. Yeah, has to kind of tuck under there. Come on. Almost. Need to stretch, 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 stretch. Can it stretch any further? Because it needs to kind of bend over this. And it looks like if I just bring it. No, if I bring it too far down, it's not going to do that. It's because it didn't line up. You can see right there, it didn't line up when I did this. Maybe I can fix that now. And that kind of... I guess for this one, you do need it to line up really well. Whatever. Let's see how the other side looks. That actually looks... that one's better. Look at that. That one's actually way better. So that one lined up really well. This one, not so much. Man, jealous. That side was great. But I guess you could see how it's supposed to work. And then you would do this the same way, and they would cover each other. It's okay, guys. We're learning together. That's okay. I'm just gonna try and force it. It's okay. Ah! I did it. I just forced it down. But there. So, lesson here is making sure this one is actually perfect with its lines. And then that should create a box that you can cover with each other. Let's try it with this one again. I'm gonna try really hard to get it exactly right. Ah, I already messed up. That's okay. We'll just force it like we did last time. That's okay. I'm an origami master. Then going into the middle, pinwheel effect. This one does look a little better though, with its pinwheel, at least. Yeah, it's looking a bit better with its pinwheel. If nothing else, at least we have that. Then to the middle. Oh, I can already see the pinwheel starting to go off. It's okay. And open and go in right to the middle. Yeah. Like that. Then open and have this. Oh, whoa! That was way easier. Nice. Open, fold, fold. Yeah. Oops. Come on. Stick down. Gotta crease it probably. Come on. This side's wanting to come up a bit more, but that's okay. There we go. We got our box now. Yay. Yeah, that was easier to do. Except for this side. Stop it. It's gonna bother me. Okay. And then we... Oh, it's probably easier to do the green inside the brown. No. Kind of bends in though. I feel like that's expected. Oh, there we go. It's completely closed. Never to be opened again. Ugh. Oh, okay. That wasn't too bad. Yeah. So we have a little box now. Alright, I mean, that's not too bad. But obviously we can do the thing that many of us did, probably in elementary or middle school. This one I'm gonna do the metallic for, because it's magic. Oh no, can I find the metallic? Where'd you go? You were like in the middle of stuff, I think. Oh. Oh, there's a gold one. Okay, okay, so silver should be over here. I just went right over it. Oh, so shiny. Shiny, shiny. Alright. So let's see if I can remember how to do this. So basically doing the same thing here, like starting off, because we need the pinwheel. Fortune teller, right? That's what it's called, I think. If you were to try to find the pattern for it. Fortune teller. I guess the only bad thing about the metallic is that it shows you the little bends quite a bit. Squeaky. Okay. Oh, alright, wait. Yes, we want the colored side out. Or, yeah. Folding in to the colored side. Like that. Because this one's pretty easy. It's just like 2 pinwheels, right? If I remember correctly, it's 2 pinwheel folds. Which the pinwheel actually has a name. The pinwheel fold here that I'm doing. It does have like an official name. Forgot what it was though. And then we flip it over and do it again. But this time, like, using the corners. Right? Right. I think that's right. I'm gonna go for it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Also just realized I should not have used metallic, because how do I write on metallic? How do I write on this? That was a bad decision, guys. Only I had a fortune teller to tell me that. Okay, and then we just kind of fold it. Yeah, there we go. No. Alright, don't use metallic paper, guys. Just don't. Not unless you're really good at doing this already. Okay. Then we lift these up. Yeah, puff them up, puff them up. And fold. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this paper does not want to move. It's so stiff. Alright. There we go. We got it. Eee. Fortune teller. Taking me back to when I was young. Let's write on it. Let's actually make a fortune teller. Let's see. Can I use? Oh, I don't want to use that. That's a 0.8 is probably okay. Alright, so we gotta do colors on the outside here. I like red. How do we write it? We can write it towards this. Okay. Red. Is that gonna stay? Doesn't look like it wants to stay. No. Okay, it doesn't smudge. I mean, it does a little bit, but okay. Red and then blue, I guess, right? Blue. What other colors? Purple. 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 And oh, oops. Dang it. I should have done it this way. Like that. Oh wait, I did do it that way. Okay, cool. And what else? Green. Green. There we go. Then we open and do numbers. I'm just gonna do random numbers. Let's do 14. 1. Let's do a random number generator. Random number generator, please. Max. Let's make the max. I'm okay with making the max 30. Generate 15. Of course it would. Of course it would go for the middle. It's staying kind of in the middle. It's not that random. I'll do 12 right there. Ooh, 24. Right there. 7. I do like 7. And one more. 11. Okay. Now we gotta put in yes, no, maybe answers on the inside. Oh man, it's all metallic. Yes, it would be. Alright, so I can write along all of this, basically, I think. It'd be better to do it here, probably, so that people can't try and see it. Oh, they probably wouldn't see it. Okay. So let's think. Some answers. So obviously, yeah. We gotta put in yes. Wait, okay, so when I do this, how does it, like, what are the numbers that pop up together? 1, 15, 7, 10. What? So stiff. 24, 12, 11, 13. Okay. Yeah, makes sense. So they're together. Okay. Okay. So we should do negative, positive, negative, positive. All the way around. So obviously we need yes. That's see that I wrote yes. Oh, I can. It's cheating. Alright, so we're not gonna do on that side now. I'm gonna do over here. No. Try again later, right? Or just try again. Try again. I'm gonna write some stuff off. Just so it's a little bit of a surprise to you guys when we try and do this. obviously, yes, no. I'm not taking this seriously at all. You're gonna get some serious answers in this. I only got 2 more spots. What do I want? What do I want here? I should put some positive ones. This is like all negative right now. Okay, got him. Fold over. All right, I got him. Here we go, guys. Hold in. There. Okay. Okay. All right. You guys got any dying questions for me? Like yes, no, maybe type questions? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, let me bring this back down actually. All right. Let's see. Let me think of one. So I didn't really pay attention to where I wrote what. I mean, obviously we know where the answer yes is. Will I become a famous VTuber? Yeah, that's a yes no question, right? All right, will I become a famous VTuber? I'm gonna go. I like red, so R-E-D. Oh, I love 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh man. I'm not gonna try and cheat. So I'm not gonna do 24 because I know 24 is a yes. So we're not doing 24. Oh no. Okay, I like 14. 14 used to be a number I loved when I was in elementary school. So I'm gonna go 14. Oh no. Loser said what? Okay. It's okay. Okay. That's yep. That's alright. Like the only problem with this is obviously after a while people caught on, right? Like which answers were positive, which were negative, so they always tried to rig it. It was only ever good the first time around. And especially since like you usually wouldn't show people what the other one said. You would just kind of like to yourself open it up and read it and then bring it back down so that people could still enjoy the other ones around it. Yeah. There's like something else that we did too. I don't know if you guys did it as well, but this has nothing to do with origami. I just want to kind of see what other things we have in common with my viewers. The only paper I have is origami paper, so I'm gonna use one that's not a color. Oh, that's that's the cover. I don't want the cover. Black, sure. I'm not gonna use black for anything, I don't think. I don't know if this has a name to it or what, but we used to do, what is it, MASH, yeah. It'd be like M-A-S-H, so mansion, apartment, shack, hut, or like house. I guess not hut, because you already have a shack. So I think it was just called MASH, actually. And then you would have like partner, job, kids, and so on, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wow, that actually, I spaced it out really well there. So then you'd put like the person you really want right here. So we could put, let's say Aussie, right? And then the person you don't want down here. So what do I not want? What do I not want? Okay, let's put Hitler. Now, obviously, like you don't actually want to put Hitler down because there is the possibility you'll get him, right? That's not a good thing. So then in the middle, it's just people that you'd be okay with. And you'd do that for each section. And then, I guess I shouldn't have done black. Oh, I do. Let me make sure this works. Yeah. All right. I got white. Awesome. All right. So then here we would go around like this until someone was like, stop. Then you would count inwards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers until I get to the middle there. Then we'd go here and go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross out. 1, 2, 3, 4, cross out, and so on. And then whatever you're left, because you'd kind of cycle through, so assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you just keep going like that until you're left with just one option everywhere. Yeah. I tried sharing this in college. Only a few people apparently did this when they were younger. Yeah, that has nothing to do with origami, obviously. But I don't know if people still do it. I don't think they do. Because if my peers in college, if not all of them, knew about this, probably not. Middle school is usually when we start doing a lot of these. So, because that's when people get interested in each other. Hormones and whatnot. But yeah, going back to origami. So we created a fortune teller, a box with a lid, which is really just 2 boxes, a balloon box, a frog, a book, and the Bat, which I still love. Oh my gosh. Look at him go. Look at Batty go. You just like that. There we go. My hoard of stuff. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and probably end that here. I feel like we did quite a bit. We could do more origami streams if you guys really like this. If you want specific folds or patterns done, let me know. I can look them up ahead of time and we can go through it together and have it. Yeah, I'll have the patterns ready for whichever ones you guys want to do. But otherwise, this was our $20 reward for the fundraiser that we did. I want to again thank everybody who helped us get actually past our goal. I'm super happy still about it. So the next one is the $30 one. $30 reward is a game with my mods. There's going to be 3 mods joining me. The mods are those that are on my Discord. They are here. There are mods in the chat as well, but they're not always here. So it's going to be 𝘿𝙊 and Crossings, which we've done collabs with Crossings before, but on Aussie's channel. So yeah, it should be fun. We're going to be doing content warning together. We made sure to discuss and have everything prepared during the Steam sale. It was pretty cheap at that point. I'll get it all figured out. And yeah, that'll be our next one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed doing these patterns with me. And you'll try doing them yourself as well. But until next time, stay safe and hope to see you guys again. Bye.